going on behind the scenes. It's been tough for him staying healthy throughout the time he's been with the 49ers, and I think that becomes a concern if you can't keep him on the field. And I think it's a tough decision with the cap money that he has against him, and so I don't know. You just never know. I never knew they were trying to trade me, but I guess they were too. So you never know what's going on behind the scenes back there.
Well, he's definitely won more than this year of games when he's been in the starting lineup. Clearly, durability is his issue. Is that, even though he's missed some games, he did take him to a Super Bowl the year before that. Is that enough, the concerns that they have right now, that you believe they probably should move on because durability is such a question mark with him, even though he's still relatively young?
My guess is they because of his age, they'll keep him and they give him another chance at it. This is just my feeling. I stay away from down there. I stay away from football at this point. But I think like you said, Stephen, when he's in there, they've had pretty good success in winning, and I think they just try to keep him healthy and see what they can get from there. And if it continues along this way, then I would imagine they try to make a change, because it's hard to get any kind of consistency offensively without with moving quarterbacks around in and out. No matter what they say, it's hard to do.
Joe, a couple things Molly left off the resume was not only were you 4-0 in the Super Bowl, but you threw 13 touchdowns to 0 interceptions in the Super Bowl. And unlike a lot of great players who simply remain themselves and great under pressure, you consistently got even better when the stakes were the highest. You were one of those clutch players, in fact, not just by reputation, of all time. And insofar as there was ever a consensus that there was a GOAT among quarterbacks before Brady, it was you. Joe Montana was the guy, it seems, that Tom Brady has now replaced as the consensus GOAT. How do you feel about that? Is there a GOAT in the NFL? Was it you? Has Brady replaced you?
I think Tom has, taken his place on the top up there a long time ago. So he's had a tremendous career. It's fun to watch, and everybody always contests over that, but I think what Tom's been able to accomplish in his time that he's played, I think is puts him definitely up there in the top of the list. There's a lot of great guys, as I said before me. Even you go back to Otto Graham, who won 10 or 11 championships. So it's hard to compare them, but if you're looking at it, yeah, definitely Tom at that point.
Joe Montana, you know me well enough because I've interviewed you before. You know how I do. I got to ask you a question because I got something on my mind personally, Joe Montana. I want you to harken back to the Green Bay Packers, okay, in that NFC Championship game. And I understand that Aaron Rodgers could have ran for the first down, if not a touchdown, on that third down. But that fourth down play, when they took the ball out of his hands, okay, and elected to give the ball back to Tom Brady, I got to ask this question, Joe Montana. How did you feel about that decision, and how would you feel if the ball on fourth down had been taken out of your hands and given back to Tom Brady?
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. At that point in the season, you've worked so hard to get to where you are. It's hard to get there, and you got an opportunity to give the NFL MVP a chance to win the game for you. And I didn't understand that decision at the time. Everybody's your chances of getting the ball back, but no, that the way that the Tampa Bay was playing at the time, you can't give Brady the ball anytime, and especially in a clutch situation like that, he's going to perform. So I tried to go and score the touchdown. Yeah, that's just I'm an offensive player speaking, but and a quarterback, you always want the ball in your hand, and I'm sure Aaron was probably I guarantee you he feels the same way, if not worse, because it happened to him. But I'm with you.
Joe, in a hard cap league, in a hard cap league, you got to rob Peter to pay Paul. If a quarterback's getting X, then another player's getting Y, and it's less than it would have been if the quarterback gets what more of the money. And we have all these quarterbacks now in the explosion of their salaries. Patrick Mahomes, $500 million over 10 years, obviously not all guaranteed. Deshaun Watson, and now Dak wants to get paid as though he's Patrick Mahomes. We know he's not quite Patrick Mahomes. what is your feeling about Dak and the Cowboys situation right now? Do the Cowboys just have to roll over and give him the money?
Well, I think you got it. I mean, he's obviously proven he can play at a high level at that position, and I think Mike gives him an opportunity to become a little bit different quarterback and understanding because Mike McCarthy was with us with the 49ers and then again the Chiefs, and so I know his understanding of the position and how he feels, and I think if you give someone like that a little bit more structure to an offense and understanding that, I think you're going to see the player everybody wants to see. And yeah, I mean, I think does he deserve Mahomes' numbers? Not sure about that, but there's a lot of guys up there making a lot of money that's not playing anywhere near as well as he had been playing.
That's for sure. All right, Joe, tell us about fan-controlled football. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, these guys came to me with this idea, and the fans are always talking about it. Should have done this, should have done that. And what a better way to do it, right? They've got right now there's 4 teams, and it's called fan-controlled football. You can find out a lot more. You can become a part of it by going to the website fcf.io, and you can actually call the plays and be a part of the offense. And you can't say, well, you should have done this, should have done that, and you're graded by your picks. And if they continue to work, you get higher points, you get more leverage on your pick, and they stream it on Twitch, on the website or on their app, and Ben TV every Saturday. This is I think last week was week 3, and they had over 800,000 viewers that watched. So. That's a lot of people on that. So somebody's doing something right. And they actually are even giving the fans now had a chance to go in and be part of the ownership of the team. So they're letting the fans control this whole thing. And I know it's been pretty fun to watch. And it is it the NFL? No, but I think what happens is it keeps a lot of, especially the skilled guys, gives them an opportunity to continue to play and hone those skills and be seen. Especially the receivers, defensive backs, and quarterbacks, and that. I think it's probably the best for them.
Listen, sounds like a lot of fun, especially for fans. Another way to be involved and connected to football. We always welcome that with open arms. All right, the Hall of Famer Joe Montana. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you all for the time. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right,
See you, Joe.
Take care. Coming up on First Take.